Welcome, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is going to be your July 2000. I was going to say 2015. 2015. Huh. Um, I don't know. It just took me back to 2015. So I don't know. Maybe there's something within that. Don't you hate it when readers say that? But I have to tell you, it immediately took me back to like some major events in 2015. One was losing my sister. So anyway, this is not for 2015. This is for 2021. Some of you are intuitively guided, and you may question like, what am I doing here? I'm not a Capricorn. I feel like you're just paying attention to your guides. You're following the signs. I feel like our guides are always giving us signs. It's, do we pay attention or not? All right, guys. We're going to start with the Mother Mary deck, okay? I want to remind you also that time is fluid. That's where my mind was kind of wandering to for a second. I don't know. I may go back and watch I'm a Virgo. I may go back and watch my Virgo for 2015. I think I was on YouTube then. Was I on YouTube then? That may have been when I very first started. Mercy. Mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. Let me bring this down. Mercy. All right. Let's bring in the Tarot of Dreams. Sometimes I think I put that too low. Shout out to my beautiful granddaughter, Faith, born on December 26th. Not that she watches. She's not that young anymore, but she's young. It's funny, YouTube makes you rate your video whether it is suitable for kids. And I put no. But honestly, I feel like the younger because I have learned so much through this, just doing this channel and being a channel and opening myself up. I have learned so much. And I love it, like when I get a personal reading from someone young, because I feel like, it's like what I wished I would have had at that time, and I was that age. All right, anyway, we have the Knight of Wands. Could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. A knight is on a mission. That mission is to deliver you something. Looks like it's coming in from the future. And this is energy of passion and desire, but also action. We'll see. We have the Sun, card of Leo, ruler of Leo. The sun, sun is a beautiful energy to show up in any reading in any capacity, because first of all, it's complete illumination. You know, it's seeing, it's like having night vision goggles on if I'm in the dark. It's when life is feeling good and we go through those peaks and valleys. I mean, they're natural. Okay, well, hello, Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay. It's interesting because you'll hear me say often, like, I don't try to do love stories, but they do come here. They do come out here. And they come here because someone's seeking them, right? So we have the Lovers, card of Gemini. We have the Gemini and Leo here. We have the High Priestess. We have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. This is someone trusting their intuition and I feel like allowing themselves to have a new beginning, whatever that may mean to you. And maybe it's just in your whole life, like a new beginning, a new perspective, a newfound trust within your intuition, your spirit guides, all that. So I feel like whatever, the Eight of Cups talks about your emotional house. And, usually it's a wreck. The cups are knocked over. There's no, it's in disorder. This Eight of Cups is very orderly. And they're walking away. So they have done, it's like they've done their emotional work. And now they're moving from that energy. They're moving to the Nine of Cups. And the sun just almost amplifies that for me. We have the Seven of Cups. Interesting. And we have Judgment. Wow. Wow. First of all, here you are connecting directly to your guides. If you question that, if you question different paths or what have you, it is about taking a moment and asking the question and asking for, guidance to the right road, whatever that road may be. So, I feel like it's kind of beautiful that your ancestors are here, like really supporting the weight of this reading, right? But they also are connected to these lovers. And I feel like if I was your guide, and maybe I am to someone, I feel like, you come here seeking an answer. And maybe it's an answer of, can you truly let go and move on? Well, and I feel like Judgment is saying, this Judgment asks for like a rebirth, and many times it's in our thinking or our perception, that type of thing. But the High Priestess, I feel like she's important here because I feel like this is like a true connection to your guides, if you question that. Some of you already know that. This Knight of Wands starting out the reading can talk about a period that feels a little chaotic. The Knight of Wands is, some type of chaos could have came into your life. And then the High Priestess is trusting your way through it. Okay, let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Seven of Swords. Well, the good news is it's on the bottom of the deck. This is normally untrustworthy energy. It's I feel like someone's taking from me. Many times someone is. It's like just, it feels like deception. It can't even be theft. It's on the bottom of the deck. And, I don't know, maybe someone causes chaos and it's like they do it on purpose, but then boom, here's the sun. And the sun is here to give you clarity, right? What's it illuminating? Your emotional house, where you store your emotions. We have the Nine of Pentacles over that. Someone may stole right from your business. I must want to look under that. The Palace of Wands. You know, someone could have been stealing your ideas. Well, let's get into it. Well, look what's on the bottom of that deck, and I swear I did not do that on purpose. The Lovers. Who else had the Lovers twice? Who did I just do? Gemini. Anyways, these are all pre-shuffled, so we're going to go ahead and cut them. And let's start at the beginning. Wow. Okay. It's a lot of cards, but they're face up. We're going to take them. I feel like it's just going to be a story within a story. It's one card that's down. Look at that, the Empress. Maybe I'm rising to this vibration of the Empress. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Hermit, card of Virgo. So just in this triangle, we have Gemini, Leo, Virgo. If we're keeping count that way, we have the Knight of Cups. Look at this. Coming over the Lovers. First of all, I want to say, whatever this energy is, and how can it not be love? It's right next to the Ace of Cups. How could it not be? You know, and the Seven of Cups under that makes sense. Like, you know, I have these choices in front of me, but I feel like I always pick the wrong one. And you may, but that also may be where your energy is at, right? You attract what you are, so to speak. Anyway, I feel like your question is being answered here, and it's saying, you know, it's what's stored in your emotional house. So can I, you know, here is the Knight of Cups, and he's bringing that cup in no matter what. I like that he's next to the Hermit. This tells me that this is probably someone who's wise, but probably also loving. You know, he comes on a white horse, and it's interesting, he's not on it, but he's showing it. It's like in the background, like, I came on a white horse. Maybe this is someone who has been waiting. Like, I had to pull up a chair. So I like that. I like that. Wise. And probably down to earth, but I feel loving at the same time. What is this? Oh, what I was going to say, what is that black spot? I don't even know what that could be. Okay, we have the World. The next chapter. Look at this, the Ten of Swords. You know, I want you to look at her, though, because she's walking away. She's walking away, as is what she's coming over. The Eight of Cups. They're walking away. Look how neat those cups are, right? They're all stacked. Memories are there. But. So, anyways, she's walking away. And she's walking away. And it's good for both. It's good in both energies. Ten of Swords. this tough energy. No wonder the Seven of Swords. I feel like if there's just been someone in your life that's been untrustworthy, um, and maybe you do keep taking them back, type of thing. It's interesting because the Empress was not in reverse. She was just upside. Not no. She was. Why can't I say it? She was turned the other way. That's not the word. That's so weird. I cannot think. She was face down, where everybody else was face up. So this may be something that you're rising towards. The world signifies something new is opening up, and what's right before it is the Knight of Cups and the Lovers. That's being guided by judgment. Okay, well, let's keep going. Ten of Swords. So I feel like, I don't know. I don't feel like this is talking about. I don't feel like whoever this Seven of Swords is. I almost feel like it's too soon to trust that someone who's been. Listen, we go from the Seven of Swords to the Ten of Swords. And that's, it's like that energy. It's what throws you into discord and then distrust of your own choices. Like, oh, I keep screwing up. I'm going to do it again. So, the Hermit, I feel like, because it's the Lovers, chances are this Hermit is both of you. It's both your energies. It is, and it's funny because the Knight of Cups is like pulling up a chair. And I feel like, so this cup is waiting on something, has been waiting, right? Maybe I came in on my horse, but there was nothing was there. Like I'm waiting for a train or a bus. And I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And I do feel like some of you, this feels new because it's really connected to your spiritual team, like especially probably your guardian angel, those in charge of life, of your love life. So, and maybe it's just their job is to bring in the seed, right? To bring the knight in, and the knight will show up. And it may be the beginning of these lovers, right? However, so you have that. Can that be true, Sandy? Yes, it can be true. Why wouldn't it be true? Why wouldn't it be true? We have to remember our free will and karma. It's like you don't regret the past because from the past, listen, that's what the hermit's thinking about. His past, her past. Trying to figure it out though, right? But trying to figure it out almost connected with the spiritual team, right? I ask and then I listen. That's why many times you see the hermit in a cave. I go to a peaceful place, I ask and then I listen. Then I pay attention. The paying attention and then taking the action are probably the two hardest parts of this. Okay, anyways, we have the Strength card. Excuse me, double Leo, by the way, actually touching each other. But also, the Strength card's coming over the Seven of Cups, and this is where, this is where I'm not sure which cup to choose, right? I'm not sure. And it's saying because the energy can feel somewhat chaotic. I don't know why. So it feels like, no, I got to do the opposite. I got to get into the Hermit. Even if I'm in the midst of chaos, I got to find a way to quiet my mind. And for some of you, I feel like, and ask those questions, like if you need, like you want out, right? You want to change. You ask for it, and then ask for the guidance. Show me the way. Not sure what that was. Look at this. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Um, Coming over Judgment. Coming over the Lovers. Interesting. This is like two people who may eventually have a business together, a successful business, to say the least. And yeah, it's almost like I can see two lovers like doing a podcast, and they may be talking about like their individual journeys, but yet I feel like maybe they even see the similarities. The Nine of Pentacles is about success, and it's an energy of independence. I feel like for some, whether this is you or them, I feel like, what were they fighting for? What are you fighting for? And it is independence. Even if I stay within a relationship, my mind, my words, my thoughts, my I matter, right? And what I bring to the world matters, that type of thing. And sometimes you just don't get that. So anyway, okay, what else do I have? Well, hello, Emperor. And usually the Emperor is the owner of the business, right? It's the business owner. This is someone who can be a business leader, can just be a leader. This is someone who, interesting, I just realized as I lay this down, we have the Empress and the Emperor, and in between we have the World. Interesting. And it would make sense because she was face down, right? She didn't show herself, though he did. So it may be him, like the Empress sitting on this chair, waiting, right? This could be, because what it feels like is what, like something that's meant to be. But so is what, what I've been through meant to be. And I feel like, so, like, we're waiting for the Empress to figure this out within, right? Because it is an independent journey. That's what I feel right there. Like it says, this is an independent journey to find your own inner strength, right? The Hermit right above that is kind of beautiful. And to me, the Nine of Pentacles talks about a guardian angel, but it also talks about success. So I feel like, who are we waiting on here? If we're waiting, it's the Empress. And the Empress may be somewhat in a little bit of chaotic energy. Mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. All right, so we have the Emperor and the Empress. And then we have the Devil. Dun 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 dun. Card of Capricorn. Aries, by the way. So Aries, and then Capricorn, and then look at this, the Nine of Swords. It almost speaks like what I was just saying. The fear that I'm tempted into something that is not good for me. And, it's like in this Nine of Swords, it's almost like the Eight of Swords, right? In the Eight of Swords energy, you're creating these barriers for yourself. It's like a sense of protection because of my past, what has happened, the hardships, right? So I don't want that to happen again, so boom, I'm going to create this wall. And because it's self-created, it's like your guides can't uncreate it for you. You can ask and ask and ask, but they can't, because it's self-created. So it's up to you to uncreate it, right? But through that, I feel like in that is where the lesson is. Because it's about, many times we think like, there's no way, I can't get through something. But you can, and you will. So I feel like, it's like this person sitting on a chair kind of waiting, but also like spiritually understanding who you are. Um, I don't know, guys. I just feel like you're cutting ties to, and I don't feel like this is easy at all. I don't feel like there's anything in the reading that says this is easy. I feel like this is all difficult. But yet we're seeing, like, what we need to do. Um, or maybe we're the one that's in the chair waiting. We're seeing, like, what someone's journey is they got to go through to get to what? Get to strength and the Nine of Pentacles. That's a true sense of independence, knowing oneself, right? And with the Hermit right above that, that spiritual wisdom, right? We have the Emperor and the Empress, not Queen and King. We have the Emperor and the Empress, and they are connected by the world. Now, it doesn't matter what sign they are. What it talks about is two people's journeys. Both of them have had difficult journeys, right? But this is where and how they became who they are. This is where they've gained their sense of compassion and their sense of empathy, wanting to help those. Both of them lead, if they're leading, they lead with love and understanding. Um, the Empress wasn't in reverse. She was just kind of like hiding. So, um, are you guaranteed not to be tempted back into something that is not good to you? Well, if that is where the Three of Wands is above that. So I feel like this is very clear signs. This gives you, no matter what's going on around you, this gives you a real sense. So, some of you may be starting a podcast on your own. I don't know. Why I keep getting podcasts. I don't want to leave it at the Nine of Swords. I know that you can overcome it. The Nine of Swords is about unnecessary worry. And it's what happens when we don't break down those walls. The number 8 asks for a new beginning, a new start, right? Whatever that means to you, right? It asks for it. Like, take this moment while you have it and allow yourself to have a new start. And that may take some work. It may take some time. But, it's going to be worth it. So, think about that. The Nine of Swords is unnecessary. But yet, it's here. 9 wants you to reflect on it. And it may just be like, why? Why do I allow my thoughts to go to a certain place? And listen, sometimes we're just around toxic people. I mean, we have the 7 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Some of you, I don't feel like your life is with that. I don't. I feel like your life is outside of that. But that has to be ultimately your choice, right? Can I do this and be successful? Well, it's showing you can. But it's showing you how. Look at that. Well, I see the Ace of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Cups. Well, we have the 2 of Wands, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm glad I didn't leave the 9 of Swords there, right? Because, again, the Strength card being over that, you can overcome that. How can you overcome it? Take on the energy of the Hermit, right? Call in your spiritual team and ask the questions. Ask the questions. Because, here's this woman just looking out the window, seeing all that can be possible. We have the 3 of Wands, so that's movement, right? But here is the Ace of Pentacles, and to me, this is the way. And maybe the way doesn't show until right before it needs to show. But there may be a reason, right? It's almost like I feel like the death card needs to come out to say there are certain doors that do need to be shut. If someone's been toxic to you, um, I don't know. I just think, I don't care what they say, you need to think about yourself. Um, because there seems to be better, right? There seems to be better. But even that's hard. It's hard to leave what you know. But here, it's saying trust, right? Like, imagine in the Two of Wands, and then boom, here is this Ace of Pentacles. The Hermit's looking out. So the Hermit has his his beacon of light, illuminating his area around him, and what's underneath him, the Ace of Cups. So I feel like as this speaks to love, I feel there is a connection to someone. I really do, especially with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Cups and the Lovers coming out side by side. And I do feel like this reading is being supported by your spiritual team. It's funny, like if I was doing a podcast, I would say, like, this is sponsored by your spiritual team. And part of that energy is about something love, not something. This cup. Now listen, it doesn't always have to be love. It may be the right person I need at the right time. But, this cup, what was I going to say? I don't know. But I feel like, if the question is, I'm looking at the Empress and she's very pregnant, right? But she's pregnant with the world at the same time. And it's saying, truly, I feel like the world is your oyster. You have to participate in it, though. And I just want to say real quick, I feel like some of you, maybe you're already in that energy or you're feeling that energy coming close. I feel like there may be someone, maybe the person who's in the Seven of Swords, who, be like, how some people are, like, they pay you no attention and then you go to leave and it's like, baby, don't leave. Really? Um, but I think that there's leaving. I got leaving on my mind. Anyway, like I feel like a Mercury retrograde. They may they may decide to come in and try to win you back. I feel like when enough is enough, right? Because we have this Eight of Cups here, right? This is the ability to allow yourself to have that new beginning. The Sun is supporting that. The Sun is supporting the Three of Wands. So, I don't know, guys. This feels pretty special. I have to tell you. I can't ignore I have the Six of Cups here. But when I see the Lovers, I often feel like this talks about, probably a love I've been with probably many times in my lifetimes, our lifetimes. And, maybe part of the goal is finding our way back to each other, right? But that doesn't mean the lessons along the way aren't important. They are. They're making you who they are, who you are. You cannot be the Empress and the Emperor and have had like an easy peasy life. Otherwise I don't know how authentic it is, right? And I feel like this is very authentic because first of all, the world is what comes between them, right? That is like the new portal. With the High Priestess here. I don't know. I just feel like some of you are walking away from that, or you're not going to be tempted by that any longer. You're not going to feel the weight of it any longer. And, it's pointing up to the Three of Wands, which is all about your perception. How you decide to look at the world or your life. or even your future, right? And this is with an optimistic lens. And why not? The sun is supporting that energy, and so is the hermit, right? Maybe I've been tied to someone or people for so long, and I've never really had the opportunity to be independent myself. Maybe sometimes we need that, right? I feel like the Hermit and the Nine of Pentacles, really both Virgo cards. But I feel like what they talk about is a period of time, building myself up, right? In the Nine of Pentacles, if I focus on that, I'm going to have success. There's going to be success, but I feel like, again, the need to be feeling independent within. I feel like that's how you know. That's how you can let the Seven of Cups go. Because you can start trusting yourself, allowing yourself to have the experience. We started the Three of Wands, and I see that a lot lately. Like, don't worry if you get to the Ten of Cups with someone, right? This is about the beginning. And I'm seeing beginnings in a few places, whether it's the beginning of your perception, a new perception, or widening your perception, your perspective, that type of thing. Anyway, it's interesting because we have the Nine of Pentacles, and then we have the Ace, which would make a Ten of Pentacles, and that's a solid household. But we have the energy of Cups coming into that, so I like that. No matter which way I look, we have Cups next to Pentacles, and I kind of like that. I feel the balance of that. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, but I'm going to read. We got to read. I'm going to do Mercy. Okay. This card asks you to notice the way in which you relate to people, including yourself. If you are kind and thoughtful towards others, you will have higher self-esteem. While you can't control how another person treats you, mercy and compassion are usually returned in kind. This card is a message to avoid gossip or criticism of yourself or others, and to consciously speak in loving and empowering ways. Wow, that is the High Priestess. The Empress. The higher energy generated by positive words will insulate you from negativity. This is the true meaning of judge not, lest ye be judged. And I feel more than anything, it's asking you to have mercy on yourself. Have mercy on my soul. But nonetheless, I feel the strength of this reading. I'm trying to think, like, I feel the struggle. But nonetheless, I also feel the ability to let that go. And I personally have a few times. Sometimes you have to keep moving. I don't know. Anyway. I don't want to say don't be persuaded, because I feel like this is about you learning, not by putting guards up, by really allowing people to reveal themselves, right? The Three, I'm giving someone a chance, an opportunity. But the Empress, your eyes, or the Emperor, your eyes are wide open. Anyway, I'm going to leave the reading there and stop talking. I want to thank you guys. I will see you in the readings. Bye-bye.